2-minute horror stories. A few years ago, I gained the ability to detect someone's physical pain by eye contact. As I looked at the cashier's eyes about to purchase my groceries, I noticed she has the worst pain I've ever seen on her whole body. Yet she has no reaction. There you go. That's a little taste of what we're diving into today. Also, these are all coming from Reddit called 2-Sentence Horror, and I'll probably put it in the description if you want to go see it. My 5-year-old was complaining about people who stare. I told her that they should politely ask them to stop, and she marched me to the vent in her bedroom ceiling and said, "You do it." I mean, there you go. Situation solved. I don't think I can be a parent because of this, because I feel like kids are going to actually ask me to do stuff like this just messing with me. I'm going to believe it, though. That's my problem. You can now kiss the bride. As the two women kissed, they didn't notice the uncle taking out the detonation device. This is the most random thing I think I've ever seen in my life. The whole first part of this is like normal. Uncle's blowing up everything. What caused this? She kept finding notes around the house in her own handwriting. Don't forget to water the plants or turn on the oven. He's not our son. I will admit, the whole pretending to be someone else freaks me out. I won't lie. But now, okay, I have more questions. The whole son thing, creepy, I'll give it that. But like, you're finding notes in your own handwriting, which is terrifying as is, but you should feel a little okay because they're like giving you helpful hints. Actually, this whole story is pretty wholesome. Whatever ghost is like mimicking your handwriting, all three of these things are helpful things. If my son that I don't have is not my son, I'd like to know. I don't know what I'd do at that point though. You kind of just have to go with it. Like what? You can't disown them. No one's going to believe you. Now I'm paranoid about something I've never thought about. Whatever. I hated my spoiled little sister so much, but all that's changed now. Let's just say it was pretty easy to tell her to go say hi to the nice man in the white van. That'll do it. That'll do it. I was surprised when black paint started to come off the recently purchased black horse as I was giving it a bath. My surprise quickly turned to horror as its skin and flesh started to come off too. I mean, what if it lived and you had like a skeleton horse or something? Not a bad trade. How do you even give a horse a bath? Anyway, moving on. I honestly expected these to be a lot more confusing. Like, I don't know how you tell a story in 2 sentences, but people are pulling it off. I'm also at like the top rated ones ever, so that might help. I know memory fades as you get older, but I swear my wife said she'd only be 5 minutes, and now it is dark out. I mean, if she told you that at 8:55, she's not wrong. Whenever a horror story touches on something that's like legit and just could happen to me, don't mess with it. Because I could just start forgetting everything. And my son, who's not my son, that I don't know what to do with now, said he's going to be here in a little bit. And he's not. What do I do? I looked on in horror as the judge deemed my abuser not guilty. I nearly fainted when the judge gave me a scalding look and said, "You, however, are guilty of defamation, evidence tampering, and lying under oath." See what I just said about things that could legitimately happen? Here we go again. Because I could go to prison, right? And I'd be okay with it. I wouldn't be okay with it, but I'd be like, okay with it, you know? But if it's something I actually did, the thing that freaks me out is when there's stories of people saying like, you're going to prison and you didn't even do this thing. No. I love how people are getting into legal debates on if this could actually happen in the comments. That's what I expect. That's what I expect. I want real stories that can happen. Not really. Alright, next one. When using my new toaster, I found it had a surprising feature it wasn't advertised with. It's waterproof. Okay, that's... Here we go again in the comments. Someone's trying to figure out how to make a waterproof toaster. I mean... He did a whole outline of like how you could make this happen. I mean, hey, maybe he's got like $1 million idea there. The doctor said the operation was a success and I'd see in no time. But why does everything I look at turn to ash? That reminds me of the, there's a Skittles commercial. I think it got banned very quickly, which it should have. But it's like this old man and everything he touches turns to Skittles. And like, the ad just gets so depressing as it goes on to the point he's like, I can't even hold my baby or something like that. It's terrible. This one says not safe for work. Yep, that not safe for work. Okay, not doing that one. Oh, but okay, now everything's not safe for work and it is nasty. What is going on? We were on such a roll. And now we're here. Maybe don't go to this Reddit. Don't go to this Reddit. All my life, my parents have told me not to open the basement door, but I got curious and disobeyed them. What is that glowing ball in the sky, and why does it hurt my eyes? So his parents just trapped him in the basement for eternity. And you never thought to leave? Until now? I need to know how old this man is. Imagine he's like 25, and he's just like, what if? What if I just started walking? What if I just left? I've been working on stories to compete with the best on this sub, but I'm finding it near impossible. I'm beginning to think some of you are just making yours up. This is number one right now. I love this. I thought I was just reading like someone complaining that their stories weren't doing well. This is amazing. Dude, imagine some of these like were actually real and people are just like admitting to crimes. She said last time we're stuck in a time loop, which really pisses me off because that's what she said last time, we're stuck in a time loop. It's crazy how creative people are getting with these. 2 sentences. I mean, this one's a lot of sentences when you think about it. It just keeps going. I was born blind, but was lucky enough to have a loving mother who took care of my every need. Imagine the betrayal I felt when a stitch slipped and a ray of light hit my eye for the first time. See, again, this could happen. I guess. Maybe not this one. Someone's gotta know. You have to be in public at some point. And someone's like, hey, that's suspicious. As I slit her... Okay, this is a doozy already. As I slit her throat, I looked into her unblinking eyes and realized too late that she wanted to live. I knew it to be true because mirrors don't lie. Dude, this is depressing. I was just trying to get like a good little spook. And now everything is the most depressing thing I've ever read. Let's find a positive one. I don't know. The principal of my son's school called me at work today to tell me my son pushed another kid while on the school excursion. I initially thought this was hardly warranted a phone call until I remembered that my son's excursion was to the Grand Canyon. See, this is a I don't want to say funny, but in comparison, this is a lot funnier. If you took a bunch of kids to the Grand Canyon, someone's got to get that idea. When the tsunami hit, most people were evacuated. Feeling the trickle of water rise to my chin, I let go of the prison bars of bitter resentment. I think about this way too much. I mean, do prisons never flood? They have to. That has to not be a crazy thing. I mean, and tsunamis too. I guess a tsunami might like break you free. Still, you're probably screwed. So it's 2020, the time traveler said. Very early on from the looks of it, he muttered under his breath. If you're a time traveler, you're picking 2020? See what I would do? This is an idea that just popped in my head and extremely off topic. I would go back in time. Right. Go up to an animal and I just work my way up and see which one I could like take out in a fight. Because if I die, I could just time travel back. Like right before I'm gonna die, time travel back and either try again or move on. Yeah. That's what I'd do. It'd be like a Mortal Kombat tower thing, and I'd see how far I'd make it up. It's been almost a decade since I saw my mother, and she still reminds me every day that I misbehave again, she'll take my hearing too. Man, moms are not getting a good rap in this video. I mean, this is the second one of a mom making a kid go blind. Then we got the parents that locked him in the basement for who knows how long. As my grandmother died giving birth to my mother, here we go again. Who died giving birth to me? As I feel my consciousness slipping away, I pray that my baby is a boy. Golly, okay, what? These are scary. I thought it'd be like the first couple where like, oh, he's in the walls. They say we have a primal sense that we can just feel when someone is watching us. It's been a few weeks and it's clear that you do not have that sense. Well, hopefully these stories aren't true. Let's do one more. And you know what? Just to make it like really extreme. Bam. That's orange. I'm trying to make it red. It's not working. Green. Bullets flew through the mall, ripping clothes to shreds. In the chaos, no one noticed the mannequins were bleeding. That's a good one to end off on. Alright. Well, I gotta get rid of this green. It's awful. Blue. That is a good blue. That about wraps it up for 2-sentence horror stories. And yeah, hope you all had a good time. I'll see you next time.